Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Canna class where we practice higher learning. I'm your Canna coach OG Bud B. Today we're going to get into method to medicating number 2, which is edibles. Edibles are any food products that have been infused with cannabinoids, specifically THC. I fell in love with edibles because they give me hours of pain relief, they boost my appetite, and give me all the rest that I need as well. Edibles can be heavy and long lasting. For that reason, I typically use them at night. Do as you please, but I do recommend nighttime use only. There's 2 simple steps to follow when it comes to medicating with edibles. The first is microdosing. That's when you start with a low amount. If you're someone who has never had cannabis before at all and you'd like to try edibles, 5 milligrams is a good starting point for you. If you're someone who regularly smokes cannabis but you've never had edibles before, 10 milligrams is a good starting point for you. The second part to that is be patient. It can take up to 2 hours for you to actually feel the effects of the edible, and you do not want to medicate twice in that time frame. Edibles are a powerful healing tool if they're respected. The package that the edible comes in typically gives you enough information so that you can dose accurately. If the package fails you, common sense and simple math will guide us the rest of the way. I have a few edibles for us to check out. We're going to do just that. We're going to read the package. We're going to learn what the dosing is on the entire thing, plus dosing of single servings. That is how you will learn to medicate properly. Let's check them out. Like I said, the package that the edible comes in gives you just enough information so that you can dose accurately. So that's the first thing I do, man, is I look at what the entire milligram strength is on the bar. And for this vape and chocolate bar here, you see that it's 120 milligrams. It says it nice and big for us right here on the front. No other information, but that's cool. Flip it over to the back. What do we see? We already see 2 big pieces of information, some that I had covered before. First and foremost, begin with the single serving. So a single serving of this chocolate bar is 10 milligrams. And then under that, it says give it time. That 2 hours, that's real. You want to wait to feel the effects. You don't want to remedicate in that time frame. That's a big deal. So once we open the chocolate bar, we can see that they've already broken it down to us. So we got 3, 6, 9, 12. We got 12 pieces, 10 milligrams a piece. Now somebody out there was like, well, you said 5 milligrams to start. Nice and easy. Break one of those pieces off in half. That's your 5 milligrams. That's it. That's all. This is not a big scary chocolate bar. And a pro tip for you, as you see on the front, it says sugar-free. Sugar-free is important for anybody who is battling chronic pain, inflammation. Sugar feeds that stuff. So I would say if you're looking to get some pain relief going, you want to avoid sugar edibles. And the dispensaries do really well about providing all kind of options for all kind of lifestyles. This is another easy edible right here, bag of gummies. The front of the package tells us everything we need to know. 150 milligrams total, 5 milligrams per piece. 5 milligrams, again, that's that microdosing stage that you want to start with if you're not used to cannabis at all. But no other information necessary. I will say a pro tip for you. If you're looking for more uplifting, energizing effects from your edible, I would say treat gummies and hard candies as lozenges. Because once you chew them up and digest them, once it hits your liver, it's typically more of a nighttime effect, meaning that it'll be heavier on you. It'll make you want to sit down somewhere, relax, and maybe get some rest. So like I said, pro tip is to treat gummies and hard candy edibles like lozenges. Here we got a delicious bag of pretzels. We see right on the front, the entire bag is 50 milligrams. On the back, there is no indication on a single serving size. Plus, the dispensaries put a lot of labels on there, so I couldn't get them all off. But it's easy. Like I said, we just use our simple math and our common sense. Dump the pretzels out onto a plate, paper towel, whatever you got. Count them. There's 16 pieces in this bag. So I just take the 50 milligrams, divided between the 16, 3 milligrams a piece. So right there, we already have our microdosing amount, depending on how comfortable you are with the edible, and you're good to go. Next up, we got some high honey. This is an unorthodox edible, but we treat it the same either way. First thing we want to do is get all the information off the package. As you see here, it's 120 milligrams total. Under that, it lets us know that each teaspoon is going to be 5 milligrams, which is perfect for microdosing. I've actually used this in my oatmeal in the morning when I'm not feeling well. I've used it in tea at night as a sleep aid as well. So a lot of uses for this one here. Last but not least, we have a Corova salted caramel Blondie. You see right here on the front, this bad boy is 500 milligrams. That is heavy. If you have never had an edible before and you go into a dispensary, Do not buy this first just because dosing with it is going to be really tough for you. Let's say that we cut this into quarters. That's 125 milligrams a piece. And if I cut those quarters into quarters again, that's still 30 milligrams. That's a lot. That's a lot to try to start with if you're just starting out with edibles. Don't get me wrong, this thing is delicious and it still provides us all those benefits that we need. When it comes to the dosing, it's going to be tough. This is a good buy, not your first go. Not your first go. I told you edibles weren't scary. They're amazing as long as you respect them. Nothing to be afraid of. You just read the package, microdose, and make sure that you're being patient while you wait for those effects to kick in. Edibles are really good for anybody dealing with insomnia and chronic pain and are a good alternative if you find smoking cannabis to be uncomfortable. If you found this video informative, please like, follow, and subscribe. You can catch me across all social media platforms at OGBudB. I am ready, willing, and able to answer all your questions if you have them for me, so send them my way. Again, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Clouds up.